Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, and perhaps even good evening. Thank you so much for being here and dropping by, joining me for an exciting, super funky episode of what we'd like to call Donald Love Disappears and Maria Gets Kidnapped in GTA 3. Wonderful to see you. Miss Camilla is here. The Yoshi is here. Mr. Brian is here. And I believe Neko is also here. Good morning. Good morning. I think Julia might be even dropping in. She's not that busy this morning. She's just sleepy, just like me. And anyone else who's out there watching, welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you. So yes, of course we're going to get on with a little bit of Grand Theft Auto. But time has been slipping away from me this week, and I've been meaning to record 2 videos that I didn't get a chance to record. And like I have done in the past, I'd like to seize this opportunity to do that now. Let me just go and make sure we're in record mode. And let me show you some of the 2 things that I'd like to do is a little explanation about something called the Abass animated shader system in Dash Studio. So that's a cool little thing. I've been meaning to make a video about that, and that's going to be a little excerpt from this that I put on my channel independently of the stream. And then the second one is, of course, an update on Jay's farm. So those are the 2 things that I'd like to do. Let's start with having a look at this magical animated shader system, because it's a really nice little system. It can do the things that we can't do natively in Dash Studio, and one of them is that we can animate shader properties on the Surfaces tab, or from the Surfaces tab, should I say. And we can go one step further. We can actually, in fact, animate textures on top of textures on top of any object that we desire. So this is an example here. As I move my playhead, you can see that the movie, it's not really great animation, but it's, a moving object nevertheless on my plane is changing. And I can even do that when I hit the play button. And that is very cool. I got a question about this, and it was about how do I put moving images on a TV, and this is how you do that. You basically replace the shader that is on the TV surface, and then just go hit the play button, and then Dash Studio swaps out each frame of this animation with an image sequence. And that's one thing we can do. But we can also go and animate properties that we usually can't animate in Dash Studio, like the color of a channel, metallicity, glossiness, and so forth. So anything can be animated with this system. And I thought, let me go and quickly give you a demonstration of how this works. So first of all, I'll start with a brand new scene. And I'm going to go and switch this over into filament. I've got one filament draw options node in my scene because that's how I like it, because I like working with filament. So if I go and create myself an object like a sphere, like this one here, and it hasn't got the manipulator at the bottom because I didn't say Y positive, did I? Let me go and do that. New primitive, and that's just going to be Y positive. Perfect. Here it is. Sits right on the ground there. Perfect. So I'm showing you this in filament because then I can show you some of the Pbr properties as they are. So right now on the Surfaces tab, we've got one surface that's called default, as we would expect with primitives. On the base channel, I've got something like the color channel here. I'm going to go and put this to like a maroon, only because that means it shows up the reflectivity a little bit better. So if I wanted to animate the shininess of this object, there's no way that as I do that under base glossy roughness, I can change this value here. But if I set a keyframe, whoops, glossy reflectivity, if I set a keyframe, Dash Studio doesn't really want to know. So I'll go and click plus here, and then I go click plus here with full glossiness. Then I go and move my shader, move my playhead forward, and then I'm going to go and change this value to something like 0 and hit a keyframe. Dash Studio doesn't want to know. It's not animating this by default, and that's because it can't animate surface properties with the timeline. It's just not something that we have in Dash Studio. So let me go back on this, so that we don't have any keyframes. This is where a very exciting thing comes in handy, namely Alvin Bamar's animated shader system. Thank you so much for dropping the link, Brian. And that works once it's installed. It's a proper plugin, so you have to put in a serial number here under Window, Workspace, somewhere. No, that's not it. Under Help, about installed plugins, that's where all your serial numbers come in. So you have to go into your DAS account, grab the serial number, and once you've installed this product, you have to put the serial number into the ABAS field, and then it'll be activated. At that point, you get a new little tab here, which is called ABAS. So if you don't have that open, you can head over, you can just right click on any of these spaces here and say add pane. And it's usually at the very top of it here. Of course, not in my case. So it'll be under Window Panes ABAS. There we go. That's kind of an interesting bug here. It's under here. It doesn't seem to show up, but under here, under Window Panes ABAS, it shows up. So little bug there, one of those things. Could also be that I haven't done, which is what you should do after every time you update DAS Studio under Window Workspace, update and merge menus. May have forgotten that. That's always an important thing to do. And now we have, nope, ABAS is still not in the list. That's interesting. I'll let Alvin know. Or I'll let DAS know. I don't know who's responsible for this. Who's responsible for this? Window Panes ABAS. Let's go and open that. And that comes up with a fairly harmless pane with only 3 options here. Create an animated shader, copy an animated shader, reset the channels, and keep the channels. We don't really need to worry about the bottom 2 here. The one at the top is the most important one. And it will now, if I select the object whose shader I'd like to animate, if I have to select that here, if I select that, go to the ABAS pane and use the first option, it will go and create an animated shader node. We can give it a name so that I can remind myself of what object I'm animating here. I'll leave the default, just animated shader. And it will now follow whatever the sphere has on its surface properties. So that's the clever bit. I think DAS Studio natively can't animate anything on the Surfaces tab, but it can animate anything that's on the Parameters tab. And that's quite clever in the way that Alvin has written this. So if I go to the animated shader, it doesn't have any surface properties, which is to be expected. But on the Parameters tab, I have something called ABAS, first of all. And under ABAS, if I open that up, I have the default surface properties of my object that was selected when I created that animated shader. So that is very clever. And in it, I see all the parameters that I can now animate. So for example, either the color or in fact, what I had here, the glossy roughness. If I go and drill into that, I will see glossy roughness. Here we go. So before I do this though, under ABAS here, I need to go and enable this shader. So currently it's off and it's off by default. We need to enable it so that it works. So let me go and enable that. Once it's switched to on, I can go ahead and literally animate any property that is now appearing on the Parameters tab, which is now representing the shader. So a very cool concept there, but we need to understand how this works. So let me go and go back to my my glossy, was it reflection here? Yeah, there we go. So it's currently set to 0 glossy roughness. So it's 100% shiny. If I go and move my playhead to say frame 15, and then I go and crank up the roughness, like so, nothing appears to happen, but that's only because it doesn't live update. So if I go and wiggle the shade, the playhead here, then I see that my object in fact changes, and I can see that the slider changes. Now watch what happens as I move the playhead. I can see that still nothing happens, but that's DAS Studio's way of working with automatic keyframes. It hasn't set a keyframe at the beginning here. So I need to go and use the slider and just go crank that down. It also helps that on that keyframe that you're on at the beginning, just wiggle whichever property you want to change. And then I can go and move between these two values. Is that exciting or what? So now the glossiness or the roughness of the object can be animated. And that is exciting stuff. And this principle holds true for literally any property on my object. It looks like I currently can't see the keyframes, but that is probably because, no, I can't see the keyframes. Maybe under hidden, maybe I need to enable that. Usually it's other, but it looks like maybe hidden is what we need to enable as well, so that all these properties are visible here. So now on the animated shader, I can go and see my keyframes. So if I wanted to go and drill down into this under properties, then I see ABAS, and under ABAS I have my default surface, and this is now where I can see all these properties. So under base, if I drill deeper, this is that keyframe that I'd see there. In fact, let me just go do that. Under glossy, under reflection, there I see the actual keyframe for the glossy roughness. Is that cool or what? This is really cool. And it doesn't just work with float values. So technically all these things are float values under the hood. It also works with more complex constructions like color values. So a color isn't a float value. Let me go and animate the color. Under base, so base currently set to this. If I go and use the same keyframe, that on frame 15 here, we want to have a different color. Let's say maroon isn't what I want. Maybe I'm going to change this into something like a pink. Once again, if we were to wiggle, then it changes into pink completely. So I need to go and make sure that, there we go, it has actually acknowledged that keyframe. So you can see that the color value gradually changes from one into another. Maybe it's not the best color to demonstrate this with. Maybe I'll put it to something like a yellow. There we go, that'll work. So it has acknowledged it. It's just that you need to wiggle the playhead for this value to appear as the animated shader changes it out. And now we go from one color into another. Very, very cool. So that is what this thing can do. And it works literally with any value on the surfaces tab here. Well, that's now on the parameters tab. Cool, huh? It is, I think so too, Yoshi. No, geoshells, Camilla, they are they're individual objects, and they have the same surface properties as the object that they're referencing as such. So they're not geometry. They're just a surface that sits on top of another object usually. I mean, they can be used individually, but they don't have geometry. They only have surface descriptions. So you can probably animate the properties of a geoshell though, so that would work. So as that, you would have an animated shader that's just for the geoshell. So that is how that would work. So then let me show you something else, how we can animate these properties like the changing textures. Let me go and create a new, well, I mean, just go and get rid of these two things here. Animated shaders can be reused, so applied to objects. So if I wanted to apply what I've just done to a different object, like a plane, then I can do that as long as the surfaces are the same. But I'm going to go and show you something else. So it'll be another primitive, namely plane. And I'm going to change this to Z positive so that it stands upright. And then I'll go and move it up a little bit. And I'll see if I can find a nice animation here in my collection. So I'll just stay with the plane, and on the surfaces tab, I'll head over to base and I'll pick some image that we can display on this. Maybe something better. Maybe one of the VDB things that we've recently done here. Maybe the one that I believe Yoshi refers to, the Alka-Seltzer one. Let me do that. I call that the Meteor. Let me just see if it works. If I go and use number 23 as an example. Yeah, there we go. Cool. So that works. That's just a 2D animation of this VDB thing that I've done there. So let me go and put the first frame of that sequence onto my plane now, and that's probably not going to look like much. Yeah, it looks like it's just showing black. It's got 63 frames, this animation, so I'm just going to make a mental note of that. Last frame is 63, first frame is 0, so it actually has 64 frames. So let's just make a mental note of that. Put the first one in that looks like there's nothing on it, and let's go and animate that on my object now. So just like before, with my plane selected, I'll head over to the Abass tab, and I'll say create an animated shader. I'll leave the defaults in place, but you can rename it if you like. And then I'll go over to the parameters tab of my animated shader. At the top here in Abass, I will enable this. So if you animate these values and you see, hey, nothing's happening, it's probably because you haven't enabled the animated shader. So turn it on. And then I need to do something else. I need to go and enable the files animation. That is another property that we need to enable so that the shader can go and swap out the files. So if I do that, I can see that there's another slider that comes up, which is the completion slider. And this is an important one. So we're going to go and set our timeline to the same amount of frames that my animation has. So in my case, it's 64 frames at the very bottom here. Under total, I'm going to go and set that 64. So I have frames 0 to 63 to play with. And with that done, I'm going to go and just wiggle that completion slider here. Just just wiggle it so that this is creating a keyframe essentially, which makes my life a little bit easier. Now go and grab my playhead and turn it or move it all the way to the back of the animation, to the last frame of the animation, at which point I want this completion slider to be at 100%. And that's all we need to do. So now as I go and move my playhead, you can see that the slider kind of moves, and it will be at 100% at the end of my animation. It'll be at 0% at the beginning of my animation. And that's almost all there is to it. So I believe Carrara works like this. I think Blender also has a way of working like that, that you have a completion that at one point in the animation you want something to have finished, and at another point you want it to start essentially. And it doesn't really care how many frames there are. The timeline's going to work that out. So the funky thing is, now if I go to my default surface here and I go to base, and I will go and have a look at the kind of the base file name here. It doesn't really show because it's part of the base color. If I go and move this, I can see that depending on which frame of the animation I'm on, there'll be a different frame displayed and loaded here in the base channel. So that's kind of neat. If you hover over it, you will see that if you look very closely, you'll see that the frame number changes. So this is how it does it really. So these blue flashes, they happen because of filament. If I go and switch this over to texture shaded view, then I shouldn't be seeing those. And this is now where my animation literally goes and appears on my flat plane, and it's being changed out. This is very, very cool. In addition, you could change other properties if you like, but the key to this is now you can have something animating on a screen, like on the intro sequence of my JPlays title sequence. When we go into the cinema, and on the cinema screen there's a moving piece of video. This is how that would be done. So haha, very cool. Jay is playing with this indeed. Yeah, so very exciting project by Alvin Bemar, and he's expanded this so that you can also use it with a sequence of VDB files. I've shown last Saturday in the DAS Plus stream how that works. So that's what I wanted to show you. It's a really, really cool project. Alvin Bemar's animated shader system, and it is literally one of those things that expands the functionality of DAS Studio's timeline just so much. So thank you so much, Alvin, for doing that. And thank you so much for watching, by the way. Meg, how you doing? Good morning. And Fedor is here. Kemi is here. Hello, guys. How's it going? I've been missing recording these videos during the weekend. I thought maybe I'll do this live. So there we go. That was video number 1. The second one, whoops, hello. There we go. The second thing I wanted to show you is not something DAS Studio related. It is, of course, news from Jay's farm. So I'll go and leave this in here. In case you have any questions, do feel free to ask. I'm going to show you what's happened on Jay's farm. There haven't been an update, and I've been thinking of you, Meg, and I thought maybe I will, before I start working more on the project, I'll give you a little update of what state the project is in now. So, to make little milestones there, very important. A bit of Unreal Engine next. Camilla, absolutely. And it's one of those products, I would say, put it on your wish list, because it is great to have. It's a bit like Mesh Grabber. It's just great to have. It doesn't matter if you use it right away, right this second, but if you can snap it up on sale, it's going to make life so much easier. It's one such thing that applications like Blender, they can animate surface properties and shader properties, or some shader properties, and it's just so handy to have that for so many things. And yeah, it's just great that we have that in DAS Studio as well. I think it's just great how some developers think around the limitations of something like that. So essentially the problem is that the Surfaces tab can't be animated natively in DAS Studio. And I would think, well, how would a programmer go around doing that? And it's just such a clever idea to say, well, what can we animate? Oh, I know, the Parameters tab. Great. So all I need to have is a little script that checks on every frame. Hey, let's just copy all the properties from this object into that object, and just you do that, and you think, my God, that's just very clever. So there we go. I'm glad to hear that. Let me show you what I've done. I'll just go and play the project here, and I'll show you where we are. So currently, I've made these little seed packets here, which is just so cute. I've made them in Blender, and I've textured them and stuff, and they're little seed packets. And depending on what types of seeds you have, they're then are little boxes that eventually, hopefully, we can buy. And I've just dotted them around so that I can pick some up, because right now in my inventory I don't have anything. So I don't have seeds and I don't have plants. So as a result, if I go to my plant bed here, which I still haven't changed out, if I go and press my action button or my plant a pumpkin button or plant a cabbage button, nothing happens because I don't have any seeds. And that's kind of important. So that's the mechanic I wanted, because I need to procure seeds first of all. So eventually I'll be able to buy seeds with cash, but right now I can just go over it and use the same action mechanism that I used to pick a plant. So that's interesting. If I press my E key, then this goes away, and I can see that I have one seed packet in my inventory, which is great. So that's I thought that was really interesting that I have one what's it called, one mechanism, basically a protocol that says can this be actioned, and this here can be actioned in that it disappears and it puts a seed packet in my inventory. And a vegetable can also be actioned in that it will give you something else. So I'll go and pick up all these seed packets here. I've got 3 cabbages and 1 pumpkin. And when I go over to this, I can go and plant 1 pumpkin, but not more. I can't plant 2 pumpkins like I could before when I was just testing this out. So now I can only plant as many objects as I have. And as you can see, the pumpkin seeds will disappear from my inventory, which is great. I can do the same with cabbages, so I can go and where cabbages are plantable. Have I planted 3 already? Oh yes, I think I have. I think 1 cabbage is growing inside the pumpkin. That's uncool, isn't it? There we go. I've got no more cabbage seeds. And now I can go and harvest my pumpkin also with E. I've only got 2. Where's the 3rd? Oh, do you know what? I think the 3rd cabbage was actually inside the pumpkin. So I think I have... No, I don't have it. What a shame. What happened to my 3rd cabbage? I don't know. There we go. I'm 1 cabbage short because I have 3 seeds. What happened to the last one? There's a bug in the game. It's DLC, yes. The beard goblin. How you doing? So that's what I've been busy doing. So now I have the plants. Now my next venture is going to be to let the player do something with the plant. So currently we can't really do anything, and that's just not something I've worked on. But you know, that's kind of the big milestone for me that I've achieved. That I can go and pick plant packets up and then only plant the things that I actually have plant packages to. Oh, can these be picked up? I don't quite recall. Can they? Yes. Okay, good stuff. So they can also be picked up. There we go. Now I've got 6 cabbages, which is awesome. So my next plan is that I'd like to let the player go over here. I mean, maybe. I don't even know if I'm going to keep the assets here or not, but this here looks a bit like a market, and I'd like for the player to be able to go to one of these stands and then go and purchase seed packets with cash that they have. So currently I have a slot for cash, but I haven't got cash implemented yet. So that's the plan, that I'm going to go and have the seed packets purchasable for a certain amount of cash. And then also there is maybe not this here, actually this, let's use this as a stove here. While the player is close to this, I'd like for them to be able to turn, let's say, 3 pumpkins into pumpkin soup, and then the pumpkin soup could maybe be sold for, you know, more cash at somewhere else, or you can maybe just sell your vegetables. I'll see how that works. So yeah, that's a little bit of crafting that I'd like to implement. So if you're at a certain location like a stove, then you'll be able to cook dinner. I might also implement something like health, so that every once in a while you have to eat something, otherwise you keel over. So that's kind of the idea. And yes, so more vegetables, and then also I don't want them to be planted in this ugly plant bed here. I've just added that for testing here. Ideally, I'd like the player to be able to put all these things over here into these fields, and then, you know, a pumpkin isn't going to grow in 20 seconds, it's going to grow considerably longer, so that we have a little bit more playtime there. There we go. So that is the update from Jay's farm. Stay tuned for more. And it's just really nice to play around with this, and it's just a little concept for me to understand the underlying logic behind it. So let me see, can I show you something? I don't think there is much that I can show you because all the logic was already there. So I might leave that for next time. So the logic was already there. I think cache is something that I might need to play with. Cache is implemented as, can't remember where that was now. It's just another item category. So if I needed anything else here, I can just go and add that to the enum. If ever I needed something like, I don't know, food now, I could just go and create a new slot and I'll call it food. And I can put a description here what food is. That's all I need to do if I want to go and run the game again. Then I would have another slot here, I thought, which is supposed to be called food. Maybe I need to do something else. But this is relatively easy to add other things to it. Like, you know, if I have dinners or I have other craftable items. Yeah, it's one of those things. I forgot how to do it. But yeah, that's what these little diary updates are for. Camilla, thank you so much for dropping by. Appreciate that. Enjoy dinner with your mom. I don't think I want to save anything. We're going to go over now to Liberty City, of course. Did you have any more questions about the animated shader system? No, Kemi, thank you for asking. No, I didn't make the assets myself. Those were part of a freebie set, I believe, called, I forgot what it's called, but it's yeah, it was part of a freebie set that was available from Unreal last month. Yes, you take care, Camilla. Bygone, exactly. I'll go and switch my little highlighter tool off here. Also going to make sure we're going to listen to the correct audio, like so. I have been playing a little bit of Grand Theft Auto, and I've got some funky things I can show you there. So that long-awaited, what is it called? The ambulance mission, I have actually been able to do, which is great. It took me an hour and a half or 2 hours to do the whole thing. I gotta be brutally honest, it took that long, but I've done it now. So as a reward, we now have unlimited stamina, so I can run as long as I want, which is great. So yes, that is really cool. And I've collected some packages. I think I have 89 now, so that means I have plenty of weapons at my disposal after the stash. It'll be exciting. It'll be really exciting to hopefully share the final episodes with you, the final missions with you. Let's see. Beard Goblin, when was the last time you played Grand Theft Auto? Because in my case, it must have been, it's 15 years ago. And I've been playing a lot, so I've started with Grand Theft Auto 3, and this is the remastered version of this. Toyminator, that's it, exactly, that's the one. And then I played Vice City endlessly. Then I got into San Andreas, but I never got into the Grand Theft Auto 4 and 5. So these are all the weapons that I've just collected here before saving. I don't actually know why I'm on this island here, but I have a ton of stuff in my safe house now. So I have the body armor that's been delivered, and I have anything and everything like this here. Let's go over to the other island. I think the last time we tried doing that mission for Donald Love, that gets us a 6-star wanted rating, which is bad. Let's go and go through the tunnel. Tunnel is much more secure than going through the mafia-infested territory where they just shoot you with a shotgun and one shot kills you. It's not good. It's not good, I tell you. Yeah, let's listen to the radio. Get that copyright strike that is just so necessary. And then we'll try that mission again. I think I could also do with a better car. Yes, that mission, we need to... I think Donald Love wants us to decoy an armored van. And for that, we get a 6-star wanted rating. So we have literally everyone and their dog after us. This is the kind of car I'm looking at here. This one here. Cheetah and Furnace. They all look the same to me. I don't know. Cheetah. Thank you. Thank you for the car. I'll bring it right back. Early 2000s, right, exactly. On the PlayStation 2. Me too. There we go. So you've actually had experience with Grand Theft Auto 5. I played 5. I don't think I've ever played it on the PC. I've played it on the PlayStation 3 when it first came out. I bought some kind of a super special edition. Oh no, actually we need to... Donald isn't here, is he? Donald isn't in Shoreside Vale. Donald is in Staunton Island. Ah! Okay, fine. We'll go back via the bridge. We're still warming up here. This is the wrong island. Yes, Grand Theft Auto 5, I played it on the PlayStation 3 when that first came out. Had a pre-order in a very expensive metal case, so that was neat. And it wasn't really working well on the PlayStation 3. I mean, it was working, but not exactly well, so... Well, we could do this mission for this gentleman here while we're here. Maybe we'll see what he has to say. This could be brutal. We'll see.
Some FS wired my wheels to blow. If I lose those wheels, my rep on the street will be dead. Pick up my car and take it over to the garage on St. Mark's, alright, yo? Let them defuse that. Let them take care of that bomb. The clock's ticking and the wiring is messed up. One pothole too many and that thing could blow. Now move it.
We're gonna have to bring his car over to a dewiring job? Oh my god. When we have 6 minutes to do that? Oh my. Yes, Meg, this is interesting. Timed mission is never good. Where is it? Oh, it's here. Okay, cool. So let's make sure we go into the right direction first of all.
Because we believe music should be short.
Oops, sorry. I'm not Canadian. It's fine though. Nate reckons because I apologize for running people over so much. He reckons I sound Canadian. Oh, there we go. At least it's a fast car. I like that. And we have to bring it all the way to St. Mark's. I mean, that is... Go to the garage, but watch out for the car to take too much damage. It will blow. And it has to be brought all the way over here. So, okay. I think we can follow the GPS here. That's through the tunnel. Careful. I'm going to follow the GPS to the letter. And I'm not going to bump into anything. 5 minutes, we can do this, we can do this. Ugh. Don't say that, Kemi! So this ambulance mission, I tell you, that was difficult. You have to do 12 levels of picking patients up and bringing them to the hospital in massive city traffic. Every level increases the amount of patients that you need to pick up by 1. So level 1, 1 patient, level 2, 2 patients, level 3, 3 patients, and so forth. And the trick is that you can only have 3 people in the ambulance at the same time. So you can imagine it'll be like 70 odd patients that you're picking up over the course. My god, I shouldn't have done that, should I? Move it! Oh no, don't do that! How is this going to work with this traffic? Did you see that? The moment I approach these people, they're just all against me. This is crazy. So imagine this happening to your ambulance all the time while you're driving over the course of 76 patients and an hour and a half without being able to get out of the ambulance, have it repaired. You have to drive really carefully, like all the time. But you also beat the timer all the time, so you have to make sure you get to the patients in time. Terrible. I've been trying for 20 years and I've only just managed to do that mission. But as a result, we get that sweet, sweet reward. That means I can now go and run for as long as I want. I never get tired again. Is there more traffic than usual in here? Oops. Dang. Thankfully, this isn't a mission that we have to do. So this is just one of those side missions. It's not absolutely essential that we get it. So this is what we can do now. I can run for as long as I want. And I don't get tired, which is great. So that is what I got for that ambulance mission. Is that wise, jogging there? Yes, so most of these textures have been... so some have been remade from scratch. Others have been uprest by an AI. And they've done a really good job, so it looks and feels just like the original did, which I think is a great, great feat. I've seen some footage on the Modern Vintage Gamers channel in which he showed how this game looked on release, and it wasn't pretty. I gotta say, it was not pretty. When this was released for PC, the rain looked terrible, and just the whole look and feel of this game was not great. And it looks like they've been doing a lot of fixing, and I appreciate that. I didn't pick it up when this first came out, so this has now been kind of 6 months, I think. But I'll try this one more time and see if I can do it. The weather effects. This looks really nice. I gotta say, it's just as thick as pea soup. So it's that fragile, huh? Mustn't bump into anything. I don't know if using the tunnel is actually a great idea, because there's so much traffic in there. It's almost like a setup for failure, even though the oh man, even though the GPS wants to send us there. And approaching Staunton Island through, not Staunton Island, Portland through the tunnel is probably good. I think it's just not great in regards to the amount of chaotic traffic that we get in here. But I'll try. Yes, let me just go smuggle myself through here. See, much better this time around. My car's almost, undamaged. Don't say that, Kemi. I hear this guy, he's totally mean. We're nearly there. I think we're getting out of the tunnel now. And we're already in St. Mark, so we don't have to go through yet another island. I think we're okay here. Yes, this is St. Mark's. Good stuff. So the problem here is that there's mafia people who are now after me. And they have shotguns. They fire the shotgun at this car once, and I'm toast. So that is a problem. And this is where they're essentially patrolling. So I'm hoping they're gonna let me be. Oh, that's not here. Dang. Next one. This here or that. Good stuff. Like these guys here. Very important that they don't shoot at me. Get back in the vehicle? Really? Okay, I'll stay in the vehicle then. Get the car repaired. Oh, got you. Okay. Now it's repaired. That's it? Now we need to drive it back. Oh, come on. Seriously? And that could only happen here. They didn't have repair shops in Shoreside Vale for that, did they? Let's assume we need to keep it in one place. Oh, we need to go put it into the paint spray now. Good stuff. Well, that's probably easier to go and get over here then. Paint spray. Yes. And new engine and paint job. Take the car back to in perfect condition, no damage. Oh, come on, seriously? in perfect condition all the way back to over here. Oh, come on! I'm sure we can put it into the paint spray there. I'm pretty sure. Well, alrighty then. I'll try my best. Nate, how's it going this fine morning? Even when I do... Okay, I'll drive super slow. Get the car repaired. Okay, let's not drive super slow. We're just going to go fast and get the car over there, and then we'll have it repaired on Shoreside Vale, because that's just much easier to get it there, and then repair it over there, and then bring it into his godforsaken garage. Otherwise, it'll take us forever. Drive slow. I don't know. I'm not used to driving slow. Also, I didn't know that pedestrians would cause damage to the car. I suppose they could if I ram 5 in a row. That I can see that. Let's hope there's car left over. Can't I just get him a new car? I mean, does it have to be this car? I guess not. I love to get over to the other lane again, like this. It's smoking like this could mean that it's gonna catch fire anytime soon. So let's just hope that doesn't happen. Oh dear. So, the paint spray. Oh, they're giving us a fancy little... That's nice. The GPS takes me there. I like it. Do you know, Julia and I have discovered Humans yesterday on Amazon Prime. That is a cool series, where the AI offers to drive the car. That is very cool. Super addictive. That is a really good program. Completely missed that when that came out. It's a story about kind of in the contemporary UK society. I'd imagine London. I think it was probably London. And AI is so far advanced now that we live side by side with what they call synths. So AI bots, essentially. Very cool. And it touches on some similar topics than Westworld does. Don't you ram into me. Oh, actually, I can't get in here. I need to go around here. Get it repaired. So, very good series on Amazon Prime, Humans. Great. Maybe we can do it as a watch party, Brian. We can watch it together. Because it's on Prime. I think I can do that on Twitch. For the record, I did nothing. This guy jumps into my car, dies, and I need to go to prison. I don't agree with these policies. I did nothing. This guy panicked and jumped into my car. I think we finished. I don't think we finished the first series. I think there's still 2 episodes to go. What a cool series. I love it when something speaks to you. We just thought we'll try it out, like giving it the 10-minute test, as we'd like to call it. And if it's any good, we keep watching, and if it's not, then we just watch something else. And that was it just goes so intense that we binge watched, I think, the first 6 episodes. And I think there's 3 seasons in total. And you can see it all coming. I think in the first 5 or 10 minutes, you can see all these things coming, like, oh my god, how's this going to end? Very good story. No. Ah, did you see that? That was good. Well, ideally, I would just go drive over here, but I can't, because that's going to damage the car. Fine. I'll go around here and not damage the car instead. What a spire. No, don't walk in front of my car. Ha ha! Get out of the vehicle. Okay, have we done it? $20,000 though. Yes, you know, absolutely. I think they've listened to that radio program in which they teach you how to commit insurance fraud. I hear rumors of there being some kind of rocket launcher hidden back here somewhere. I might be wrong though. No, what toys in the hood? That could be a mini game. Yes, there we go. You have 2 minutes to blow up as many hood gang cars as possible, but with this remote control car. That is cute. If only I knew what a hood gang car looks like. So I think you can detonate this like so, and you have to do it. Yes, 100,000 damages exactly, and you have to do this underneath the car, I take it. Is this a hood gang car? No, that's not a hood gang car. That is very cute. I loved all these little mini games. You a hood gang car? Probably not. You then? No, that's a cab. This is a hood gang. This is a hood gang car. Not a hood gang car then. Unlimited amount of mini cars we get. That's cute. I don't even want a hood. What does a hood gang car look like? Thankfully, it's also a side mission, so we don't have to finish this. There are no cars here, full stop. How am I gonna... Where's the... Also, does this thing have range? Oh, you a hood gang car. No. That's a taxi, that's probably no... Oh, maybe this one here, cartel cruiser. One of these has got to be a hood gang car. This maybe. Probably not. Oops. Also I can ram things as well. That seems to have counted. Still not entirely sure what I actually did there. "10 seconds! Oh, come on!" There's, I think in the second game, there's something with a little toy helicopter that you have to fly through a construction site. New record! I got 1 car. That's good. I'm down with that. But no rocket launcher. I was misinformed, clearly. I'll go save my game here. This is my new apartment here. I'll go and stock up on my weapons. Always good to have those. Including Molotov cocktails now. I think I need to find 1 or 2 more hidden packages and then I get another weapon. If you find all 100 hidden packages, I think you get the grenade launcher, which is really cool. I'm not quite at that point yet. Let's go over to see Donald Love on the other side, and then we'll see what mission he has for us. I think that's the one where we get a 6-star wanted level, and that's just hilarious to watch. I've done some research on that mission, and what we tried to do last time is play the game properly, I suppose. And so literally every police car in Liberty City is after us and wants to get us. And with the 6-star wanted level, that's ridiculous. So what we need to do is we basically go into the other direction and hide under the bridge where for some reason the cops can't get us. So let's try that, and that will hopefully work. If we can shake this one cop van here, it's going to be difficult enough already. Yeah, I think this is where all the mayhem is gonna happen here. This storage building here, we're gonna have to... What's happening here? Physics, hello. It's comical. Careful. Flying railings and stuff. This guy is really difficult to shake. I think there's a police bribe here. Let's go through that. Then, there we go. He's forgotten all about it. Maybe this van really isn't the vehicle I like to drive. I think, man of my standing in the community, I think you should have a sports car like this. Yes, they arrest you, they literally pull you out of the car and you get busted. So busted means you get transported to the police station. They take a percentage of your cash that you have and they take all your weapons. So that's bad. Something similar happens when you die. You get transported to the nearest hospital and also a portion of your earnings is being taken. That's the payment for the medical bill. And they also confiscate all your weapons, which is just so painful. If you've amassed a large amount of weapons, it's painful because you have to recollect them all, and sometimes you get special weapons like, you know, things like rocket launchers that make missions a lot easier. And if you lose those because you get pulled over, that's never good. So on the first level, there's just one police car, one cop that chases you, and he tries to drag you out of the car. But if you drive around long enough, that 1 star goes away. With 2 stars, that doesn't happen. So 2 stars, they don't go away. You have to either go to a paint spray and have your car resprayed so that the cops don't recognize you. Or you have to drive through police bribe stars, and then, you know, that you'll slowly lose your wanted rating 1 star at a time. Yes, and so the higher the wanted star rating is, the fiercer these people are after you. Yeah, nice parking there, Jay. Very good. Let's see what Donald Love has to say.
A lesson in business, my friend. If you have a unique commodity, the world and his wife will try to wrestle it from your grasp, even if they have little understanding as to its true value.
Whatever that means.
Cordoned off the area around my associate in the package. Get over there, pick up the van, and act as a decoy. Keep them busy, and he should make good his escape.
This might be the last time we'll see him. Donald Love. Okay, so we'll take the same car that appears to be a little damaged, and we drive that over to the place that we've literally just come from. And the moment we hop into this car, we tried this last time several times, we're going to get that 6-star wanted rating. So what I thought we had to do at first is get ourselves that rocket launcher or something that... Whoops. Sorry, Mr. Police Person. I thought we need to get ourselves that rocket launcher and get rid of most of the police cars that are already parked around that location. But it looks like that is not what we need to do. I did try that and it really isn't successful at all, because it's just they just spawn new cars, so it's not good. But instead, a guide suggested that you can just go and drive the other way and then hopefully have the police cars get them confused a little bit and then hide under this bridge, essentially at the foot of this bridge. And that should work. Let's try that out. The weather, my God, the weather. Yeah, so this is where we go and hide underneath. Next to something called a rocket launcher, not a rocket launcher, a flamethrower. It's kind of through, yes, here. Exactly here. So if we just go and wait here, the police cars can't seem to get us, or so I understand. So let's remember this location. Sometimes we do. So sometimes police cars ram into you and you get a star as a result. You can apparently also get policemen out of the car. So if you go to the passenger side, you can drag the policeman out of the car, steal his car, then get away. That's apparently possible. But I haven't experimented with that a lot. Okay, okay, it's getting serious here, it's getting serious. See all the police presence here? And they've got large vehicles, and they're guarding things, and it's all the build-up, you know? So there's some cars here, and I thought at first maybe we can just go and destroy those cars preemptively, because they're obviously the ones that are all after us. I'll just go park my car here, just in case I need it again later. I doubt it. And let's pick up this security car here. And we've tried last time, so there we go, they're already coming here. We've tried last time to go into the paint spray, but that appears to... Wow! That doesn't appear to work either. Paint spray just... They remove the stars, but they also give them back to you immediately. So it's like driving through this police bribe here. Whoops. If I can. Look at the amount of cars, that's terrible. So I've picked up a police bribe and it doesn't really do anything. Got to make sure the car doesn't get damaged. So the moment the police cars ram you, they go and damage this car that we're supposed to drive away for 3 minutes. So I think the real mission is to just make sure you're on the run for 3 minutes and you don't damage the car. And then of course they keep ramming you, and if you keep driving into trees, that's all not good really. The trees really don't help, do they? How many police cars are after me? Guys, I have no beef with you. Oh, no more trees, thank God for that. And I think that's it. All we need to do is stay here now and just not get out of the car. Also, make sure this guy doesn't get us. So I might go and try to drive by him. Also make sure he doesn't explode right next to me. That would be important. And we just have to endure another minute of this charade. I think that's the correct word for it. Dude, stop damaging my car! It needs to remain intact. Wow, that was close. Oh no! Dang! Wasn't it just Beard Goblin? Super, super hard. I think my getaway wasn't good. My getaway wasn't good.
A lesson in business, my friend.
You can do it in that you just drive and there's literally no police car after you, and you just end up again underneath the bridge there and everything is fine. And these guys are so confused that you even going the other way. Let's try this again. It's got to be possible. It's got to be possible. And some of these missions are just brutal. Like the ambulance mission is just brutal, and it's just agony, and it's not fun. I don't know. It's some missions are fun, but some missions they're just pure agony. I don't know why they've made it that difficult. I suppose the game was made at a time when video games generally were just more difficult to increase the longevity of a game. Like we see this with old arcade games where things like Pac-Man are just notoriously difficult, or Donkey Kong, these games that are just super simple, but they're also incredibly difficult. Go wait for the bridge to come down. So close, exactly. We missed it by that much. I'm sure we're going to be better this time. I'm sure of it. Like, that was good though, right? Insane stunt. Do I get money? No, I don't. Shambles, that is. Also, the weather really doesn't help. It's time we go over to Vice City, enjoy some sunshine, I'm thinking. I think maybe it's a good idea to block this entrance here. Not so much with cars like these, because when they come... Actually, maybe that'll work. If the AI is stupid enough, we'll just go and leave these cars there. If I steal one of these cars, chances are that the driver comes out and drives it away. So I'm just thinking, maybe if there's cars at the entrance, maybe it means police cars can't drive in there. Come on. This guy's already hot on my tail here. No way. Guys, leave me alone. I'm hiding underneath the bridge. Leave me alone. I'm also not hiding in the water. Stop pushing. Dude, go away. And these trees. My God, the trees. It looks like we have one guy that we just need to take care of. So if we just go and drive by him. Dude, seriously. So uncool. It's always one, isn't there? How do I drive by again on the other... through the other direction? Dude, stop doing that! Yeah, ideally I want him on my other side so I can go and use my gun and just drive by out of the window here. That'll blow up his car. And for some reason nobody else will come and seek me out, which is, you know, that's kind of what we want. Oh, him, this is dangerous now, so I need to make sure I either run him over. He mustn't drag me out of the car, because no! Dang! How did that happen? This chasing police car guy. We need to get rid of him. This mustn't happen. This must not happen. Okay, third time lucky. Dude, get away from my car. I need to get in my car. When I say my car, I probably, you know... stole it from somebody else, but it's my car for now. Dang. Every city needs more of them. Yeah, that's true. Our residents have complained about, so every year in Miami Beach here we get this spring break pandemic, so to say. Lots of people descend on Miami Beach and they're like coming to South Beach to party basically until 6 in the morning. And over the last few years it's been so bad that the city have now put a midnight curfew out, so you can't sell alcohol anymore after midnight. And of course all the club owners are really miffed about this because that is their main business. But it turns out that it's not actually the spring break crowd causing all these issues. So they have confiscated like 600 guns in a month because of gangbangers coming here during spring break to, I don't know, have a really bad time. And they think they need to bring guns to clubs. And there's always some kind of shooting in Miami Beach. It's usually on the news. And it turns out it's never the spring break crowd. It's never the young people who do that. It's like residents who do that, and you think, that is odd. What's happening? So yes, very, very politically incorrect, that. Bizarre stuff. So as a result, there is a lot of police presence in Miami Beach during March and April. Some of them are borrowed from neighboring counties as well, just to get the neighborhood under control. So park this car right at the entrance here so that nobody can really get by. I'd love it if we have a second car. Maybe we'll go bring a second car, so it's just more difficult for the police cars to chase us. Maybe this car here. That'll do. Just make sure this guy doesn't come and pick it up, so he runs away. That's good. That's good. Sometimes these people are really attached to their cars and they come back and, you know, not good. Okay, wish me luck, everyone. The strategy is solid. We can do this. 7 stars. It'd be great if this guy could just, you know, not be on our tail. Dude, go away. I don't know what's so difficult about this. There we go, that's nice. No police car following us. And also the trees. My God, no! No police car following us. Oh, have we done it? That could be good. This could be it. It's like there's this invisible barrier that these guys just can't come in somehow. There's a particular camera angle here that lets you literally look through the normals. Oh, no, no, no. There we go. I think that's totally got him. Thanks to drive-buying. We've done it! This is cool. We can just go and sit back. Oh, no, we can't. Oh, that's this car. Cool, fine, fine. It's not a new police car. It's all right. It's all right. We're all good. We're just gonna sit it out here. I can hear them, but I can't see them. Oh, this was the cinematic camera. This is nice. It changes kind of automatically. Is there, Nate? How exciting. That is more like a help, right? Than a hindrance. This was a bug, well, this is a, I don't know if it's a bug or not, but this is present in the original game, and I like that they've reproduced it in the new game. So like these textures here on the side of the bridge, those are originals. You can see that they're kind of, you know, wonky outlines and all that. That's all AI up-resed. Very clever. Lester's Place. I don't know so much. I really need to play Grand Theft Auto 5. I'm looking forward to trying that. Maybe I'll just finish off the whole canon and I'll end on Grand Theft Auto 5. That'd be good. Oh, thank God for that. My God. We've made it. Police cars are still exploding all the way around us. Oh, I'm still on the cinematic camera here. They're still exploding and causing havoc. That's crazy. Oh, this is where we are. Right, yes, good point. But it is allowed, so you're not getting into trouble for doing that or anything. YouTube have more issues with music, licensed music, than with CGI characters doing sexual actions, bizarrely. It's just so funny. Some of these posters, that's also AI up-res here. Chuck Schwartz is half-cocked. Saturday Night Beaver the musical. Bad Fellas. Pirates in Men's Pants. Very good. I thought we'd take the tube. Since, you know, we can. Yes, it's a real double standard. So Trevor can do his thing and you can stream that video game, no problem. Licensed music, big issue. You're showing a new 3D character while you're working in some other capacity, big issue. Interesting, isn't it? Ah, do I have a ticket? No, I don't. What a shame. The train only goes one way, by the way, so there's no two trains. And I can't board it from this side. I have to go to the other side here and go enter the train. That's nice. We don't have to drive. Whatever was hip 20 years ago. So like the radio announcer as well, they refer to, kind of in a disguised way, they refer to whatever used to be hip back then. They have an advert for Squid here, Beard Goblin, and it looks exactly like the old Orange adverts used to look like. Seriously hilarious. And to the American audience, this wouldn't mean anything because Orange was never in America. But in France and in Great Britain, Orange was the network. I think in parts of Africa as well. Very clever. A Scottish production. Mr. Chris, how's it going? I'm just taking a train ride. I thought, you know, I'm sick of driving. I need a cup of coffee, so I'll just go to our next destination here. This is Staunton Island. I think this is where we need to be. Pick up one of these exciting treats that are crisps and something with lips on it, and a candy box and a candy box bar. That's very clever. Very, very cool. And somebody has built all these things.
Come here, honey. Yep, I've been drinking again.
This game, the original version, was made in something called renderware. That was, Fanny.
What's up?
Brian, this looks like your 3D character with a mustache. Doesn't he?
I gotta go on vacation.
Arnold still want top-down city. Very clever. Very clever. And Zip, also totally recognizable. Rats, that was around 20 years ago. The mainframe, awesome dude, says Poke Magazine. I find these things absolutely funny. I think in Grand Theft Auto 4, there was this hilarious... Hello, you guys okay? There was this hilarious IKEA advert when you surf the internet. It's absolutely hilarious. We laugh, but we're also melancholy because there's no sun for 6 months of the year. Crazy stuff. That is true. That is true, Nate. What isn't an issue today might be a massive issue tomorrow. That is very true, and we're kind of at their behest. Good thing these guys are no longer after me. I remember they were after me once, and now they're just after one another, so... Did you see that? The police ran over me, but they don't get a star, do they? Fantastic. So this AI behavior is exactly as it was in the original version. I'm really chuffed how they've remade that so well. Let's get out of here, shall we? Yeah, let me see if I can find an Orange advert for you. I know there's one at the airport. And Donald Love, I'm sure, has another mission for us. This is actually quite the story twist. I do remember that. And I don't think we'll ever find out what's happening. But let's go visit Donald. Fantastic AI behavior. Sometimes over the top completely, but it's also, you know, this is one of those games where you can just watch in awe what these developers have done. I think that's absolutely amazing. Yes, and so Renderware, that was the original game engine by Criterion. They used to make the Burnout series, and it was kind of their game engine to make all these things happen. But that was 20 years ago. What happened? He's gone. What do we think happened to Donald Love? That would be a good place for an Easter egg here. He just walks into complete darkness. Can you imagine? Do you know, that's a good point. Has he offed himself or not? Did Donald kill himself? It could be. I mean, there was this box that could be a box with a gun. That's possible. I'm just thinking timeline-wise that this game plays in 2001, and he was around before that, but I'm not sure if he's around afterwards. There's the prequel to this game is called Liberty City Stories. And he makes an appearance in that as well, I think. I've never played that game, but that was 1998, I think. That's when that plays. This plays in 2001. And afterwards, so then Vice City is before that even. That's 1986. Then Vice City Stories in 1984. And then San Andreas would be sometime in the 90s. But there's no more mention of Donald Love in that game, I don't think. Or the 90s would be before this, wouldn't it? So anything after that would have been Grand Theft Auto 4. And 5, but I don't recall. I haven't really played those games very much, so I don't recall Donald making an appearance there. Curious. Hey, Mr. Emerga, how's it going? Good afternoon to Belgium. Right, indeed, Nico. That's a good point. The Grand Theft Auto 4 and above, like the HD universe, that was a reboot of the series. So all these locations are still referenced, but technically it's a different universe. So yeah, very good point. And he's been dropped. That's true. In the prequel to this game here, in the Liberty City Stories, he was voiced by a different actor as well. So no longer Carl McLachlan, which was very, very cool that they could get him for this. It's one of the few celebrity appearances that have happened in Grand Theft Auto. I think in Vice City there's many more, and in Vice City Stories I think Phil Collins is actually in it as a character, and we have to protect him in one of the missions. It's seriously hilarious. He's got this brummy manager who doesn't seem to know what he's doing, and for some reason Phil borrowed money from the wrong people or something. It's hilarious the way they've done it. Also how he went along with that. That's just so funny. And I think Burt Reynolds is in Vice City as well. He's the property the property guy. I forgot what his name is. Let's see. Well, actually no, let's go and save our game. Very important. Let's go save our game. We don't want to get caught out. I might swap my car, change my car to something, you know, a little bit more with body, like the Yakuza Stinger here. Oh, GTA 5 is set in 2013, okay. So usually the year as it comes out then. That would make sense. Yes, I think that's when Grand Theft Auto 5 came out. Or around that time. I think so. What didn't really speak to me at the time about Grand Theft Auto 5 was the was the 3 characters, that you had essentially 3 characters, and that was difficult for me to comprehend. And it's not so much in while you do your own thing, because you can just pick one character and just do it, but when you do missions, I found it extremely difficult to say, now you have to switch to Michael and do some stuff and look at the scene from a different perspective. I thought that was very, it was just, I'm just not, you know, I'm not cut out enough for these types of games. I'm like a one mission at a time type guy. So this whole 3D universe speaks more to me than the HD universe. Ah, they've replaced the Yakuza stinger. I like it. Let's see what Asuka has us doing now. This was that gentleman. So just to catch you up on the story, Asuka is Yakuza. I killed her brother Kenji, whom we also did missions for, but Donald Love made me kill him and made it look like the Colombians did it. So as far as Asuka is concerned, I haven't killed her brother. Asuka thinks the Colombians did it, and she is now holding this guy hostage here and tortures him, a Colombian guy, to give up who killed her brother and who's behind this whole gang war. And he's of course saying, I don't know, we're at a loss of this, but she doesn't believe him. And in reality it was me, but nobody knows it, so it's kind of cool. Espresso to go.
Miguel certainly has some of that famous Latin stamina. I'm quite exhausted. We underestimated Catalina's plans for Spank. It reaches far beyond the yardies selling it on the street corners. The cartel have a front company, the Kappa Coffee House.
Ooh, coffee.
They've been selling Spank through the street stalls. We have no choice but to put these drug stands out of operation. Smash them to splinters.
Oh, Emerga, that sounds exciting. That can be such a pain. New computer is exciting and funky, but it's also a pain to set it up. Even setting up an old computer with a new installation of Windows, it is always a pain. It'll take so long to get everything back and ready. Nice, what did you get? What's the GPU? What computer did you get? Tell us how much RAM? Let's drive to the blue dots and see what we're up against. Oh, dude. Coffee stall. Oh, I remember this mission. This was... Again, you have to do something different than you think. So I think we may need a rocket launcher to do this. I'm not sure if I have one. No, I don't have one. I think I have a Molotov cocktail, so I can probably go and use that somehow in some capacity. Does this work? Maybe not. You stop putting that fire out, I'm trying to ice the guy. Yeah, so Molotov cocktails are not the way to go here. But I think what I have to do is basically rocket launch this this coffee stall. But I think at that point a timer starts. And that timer is going to have 8 minutes on the clock. And then I have to go and go to all these other coffee stalls. So there's another one here. They only appear as I cruise around the city. So here's another one that I need to take out. He doesn't like me. Okay, I can understand that. I'm here to kill him. I understand that. But the trouble is, I think there's only so many on this island here, and when I've eliminated all of those, it'll say now go to Shoreside Vale, which is here, and take out some here, and then it says now there's also some here. So this is a mission that you don't play the way you think you're playing it. I think I need to cruise around here to figure out all the locations. Then I'll take a quick snap over here, figure out where these locations are, and then I head over here to figure out where these locations are, and then I'll go and start on one end of the island, then do the next, because otherwise I'm going to double backtrack, and that's going to cost me a lot of time, and that's not going to be possible in the 8 minutes. So we're gonna go and figure out where all the locations are. Then we're going to procure quite a good amount of rocket launchers, and then we're going to start here, do all these, and then we're going to go over here. That is the plan. That is the plan. Asus ZenBook Pro Duo i7. That's nice. RTX 3060, 16 gig of RAM. A laptop, is it? Nicely done. Oh, touch sensitive screens. Oh, yes, yes, absolutely. The one that Steve Jobs never wanted. Steve Jobs apparently said that back in the day they did a ton of user testing around touch sensitive screens, and he was always saying, no, you can't ever combine this. You can't have a laptop with a touch sensitive screen and then there's a keyboard, and no, user experience shows this is terrible doing this. And now look how used to doing this we are. I wonder what Apple products would be like if he'd still be around. Whoops. Rocket launchers, they're available from Phil's place, Phil Cassidy. Let's go over to Shoreside Vale first. No, we're going to go over to Portland. No, Shoreside Vale first, actually. Shoreside Vale is good. We'll do that. In fact, we'll get our... Yes, we'll do that first. This is one of those missions. It's going to take a little time to do this, but hey, it's a lazy Saturday. We're all good. We're all good. I need a new laptop, Emerga. Let me know what yours is like. I'm looking for something that can replace my aging MacBook here, and getting a PC laptop is probably what I'll end up doing, just for the Nvidia card's sake. I've looked at some recently, and I gotta say, the build quality of most of them that they had at Best Buy is just terrible, and they're all like trash, really. It's absolutely atrocious. It's really hard to find a good PC laptop, I feel. And it's not so much about the specs. The specs are usually okay, but then you look at at some of the build qualities, and I'm thinking, it's not for me. It's not for me. They're trying to do it cheap, and I'm happy to spend money, hoping that it'll last me 10 years. Maybe I'm living in a fantasy world. Maybe those types of things no longer exist. So that's another one. And then there's a second one on this island. And without driving here first, we wouldn't know where these guys are. So I'm hoping we're going to see one more blue dot appear. I forgot where. I think it's at the north here, at the hospital. Is that right? Yes, there it is. It's just popped up. Perfect. Here it is. So now we have 2 here. We've got 5 here. 5, 6, 7. And then there's at least one more over on this island here. But we'll get rocket launchers first, I'm thinking. Goody. Get rocket launcher first. Don't get caught by the police. Very important. Don't get caught by police. Ah, there we go. Nice. Nice animation there as well, just a little detail. When you get close to the star kind of shrinks and comes towards you. So all the, you know, little details. Good to know. Hey, that's really good to hear. So Ace's laptop, huh? Good to hear. My friend brought a Predator recently, and the screen is now bust. That's less than a year ago. Screen's bust, and it could just be a flat cable that needs to be reseated. Yeah, so even the new MacBooks that I've looked at aren't, I mean, they're extremely thin. They look very fragile. I'm not entirely sure if they are, you know, the same build quality that I'm used to. Yeah, it's really difficult. But what I find crazy is that you can pick up a laptop that costs the same amount as a standalone GPU for your desktop. That's just... something's wrong with that picture. Something seriously wrong with that picture. But it's the world we live in. This is Phil's place here. This is where we're going to get the rocket launcher. He charges, of course, but it's cheaper than getting it at ammunition here. How much is it? 25 grand for 5 rockets. Man, that is just... We'll pick up a few of those. Maybe, you know, 5, 6. You know, absolutely, Emerga, absolutely. Same thing with the Predator laptop that my friend bought. They are not standard drivers, and weirdly, the configuration that comes installed with the laptop isn't correct. So you have to go and have an IT professional go and fix this for you. That's unforgivable. Those types of faux pas are totally unforgivable. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why it has to happen that way. MSI. I know the brand. I know the MSI brand. They're good brand, but but that was like 20 years ago. I used to buy MSI graphic cards, I think. But back in the day when we used to build our own computers from parts and all that. Not a good laptop, is it? What do you hate about it, Brian? Is it the build quality? Or is it the configuration? That's the black one with the red keyboard, right? The red illuminated keyboard that we see on your desk sometimes. Those of us who are watching Brian's videos. Brian, by the way, has made an excellent, super exciting short video. I don't know if it's released on YouTube yet, but it's a phenomenal feat of engineering. Bob Ross 3D figure from real life, like a little action figure of Bob Ross. Brian scanned it in with the photogrammetry software, then used Rap 3D to turn it into, I believe, an iClone character, and then you've animated it so that it dances to music. So Bob Ross with the afro dancing to music, all made in 3D. That was very, very cool. That was very, very chuffed when I saw that. Bad keyboard, bad performance. Okay, good. That's and so keyboard, this is one of those things where Brian and I will totally agree, and this is kind of what I mean by build quality. If we do long amounts of like hours of writing sessions, then you can't have a piece of plastic crap sitting on your lap with the keyboard that annoys you with every keystroke. That really isn't good. It might be acceptable if you're playing a shooter game in a coffee shop, but if you're doing an hour, 2 hour long writing session, then those are the things that are you need something that works with you rather than against you. And that is something every keyboard that was available there at Best Buy and they were like 50. They're all total trash. But the moment you touch them, you think no. Every cell in your body screams no. They all look good though. They all look they don't look like they cost $2,000, which is what they charge. So yes, I find that very, very difficult. But even the new MacBooks I don't find all that appealing, which is bizarre. So I don't really know what to do in regards to a new laptop. That's why I still haven't bought one yet. I'm thinking, the whole Microsoft Surface thing, I like the idea. They don't have decent enough graphic cards, but again, it's just one of those lifestyle toys rather than a decent writing laptop. Writing and 3D laptops. I'm actually thinking of getting a Steam Deck, which is also weird because that's kind of more like because I'd like to have a look at one. And then just use that with a Bluetooth keyboard or something. That is a possibility. That is the configuration that I use currently. Either my old laptop or I use a Mac Bluetooth keyboard with my iPad for writing, because the typing experience is just so much better. Yeah, but it's a really difficult one. You've got a cheap old Logitech Gayboard. Okay. The hybrid drives. Yes, I've heard of them. I've heard of the hybrid drives. So I think we're about to attempt this mission here. I'm going to start with this other, with the next stand that is kind of at the top there on the right. But I can't go there because the mafioso will ice me. So I'm going to have to drive a different way through the city. Approach this from the back. It's enough that the triads are trying to shoot at me, as we can clearly see. I'll see if I can save my game here as well. I don't think I can while I'm on a mission, but hey, I'm gonna try. Also, good idea to just stock up on the things that we have here, including body armor. I see it's closed. And also the texture's the wrong way around. Unforgivable bug, that. Bad keyboard, bad performance, bad everything. Yeah, I hear you. It's not good when that happens. So my MacBook, my 11-year-old MacBook is still... It's performing as it always has. It's getting old now. The keyboard is fantastic. Screen is fantastic. I mean, it's a 1200 by 1280 by 800 screen, so it's not massive, but for writing and web surfing and stuff, that's good. It's perfect. But its main downfall is the non-existent GPU. I mean, it struggles watching a YouTube video, at a reasonable quality. Okay, this is going to be tricky. I'm not going to drive on the road. I'm going to go behind the house, and I'm doing that because if I was on this road, mafioso will kill me. So I'll see if I can go and just sneak around the back a little bit here, and then we'll ice the first store. We hike it over to the second one, and then we're kind of in. Then we're fairly safe. Okay, see, this is the first store here. And I can't reach it from here, even if I go on top of my car, I don't think. Let me try. And maybe. Does it work? It might be tight. I might be hitting the wall if I do that. Oh, nice seam here. I suppose no one's supposed to see the seam on the shader here. At least make the bricks the same size, man. It goes well with your Nokia phone. I get it. That's good. So at least it's the same generation. That's cool. Nokia, do they still make phones? No, right? That's also several years old. Let me see. Can I do it from here? I gotta do it from here. Okay, here goes nothing. Is this gonna work? Let's try. The moment I do this, the timer starts. 8 minutes. 8 more stalls to go. This is already super dangerous driving through here. Because of these people. But it's okay. At least I know kind of my way around here. The second stall was kind of here somewhere. Oh my, this is exciting. Here's the second stall. And now we're under severe time pressure. Alright, good stuff. I'll head over the bridge. And then go take care of Staunton Island. And then we'll end in Shoreside Vale. Oh my god, the adrenaline. I can feel it pumping through my veins already. Let's just hope the car doesn't blow up and there's not that many lorries on the bridge. Only 11,000. It's crazy, isn't it? The seam is just, my god. It's so funny. I guess they were in a rush. No one's gonna look at this. It's fine. No one's gonna notice. Maybe this could be good first. This one, then all the others, and then we get that one last. So we go counterclockwise, starting from this guy here. Oh, Meg, I also I played around with Mixamo yesterday, and I saw your character. That was so cool. Like in the Mixamo characters, I saw your little adventure game character. That was so cute when I saw him. I thought, ah, I know this guy. Very nice to see him. And I believe there's a new video on your channel that I haven't quite watched yet. No, don't book him. You nutter, mate. What are you doing in Liberty City, yeah? These random insults. I mean, seriously. We're not being chased, are we? Ah, yes, I see. Any police around? No, hopefully not. Final stall in Staunton Island, coming right up. I think it is. No, it's not. It's not. What am I talking about? We need to go to the park first. There's also, not just that, there's another guy over here, isn't he? Close to the, oh here, there's street corner. Let's get him as well. Dude, stop selling coffee! You're not a licensed Starbucks outfit. Nobody yanking me out of the car here, very important. Now, the park. No, we can go straight into the park, maybe. And... yes, here he is. Good escape route. Haha, 7 out of 9. With enough time left on the clock. This is good, this is good. Could do with a better car. This one's getting damaged. You can have the broken one. Okay, two more. We can do this. Don't know what's going on with this object here. It looks like we're driving through wet concrete and everyone's sinking in. I think there's something. I think we're going to see another couple of bug fix releases on this game. At least that's what I hope. Cotton picking crazy person. I suppose the first stand here on the left-hand side. Two and a half minutes. Yeah, that's gonna be good perspective here. Like so. Yes! No! Oh no 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 no! Oh! Oh, this is bad. That's what you don't want to happen. Police guy yanking you out of the car. So even if you're driving relatively fast, they can still grab your car and take you out. So that's bad. When that happens, of course, mission over. Oh my. So when there's a policeman around and you're about to get into the car, very, very bad. And up here, I think Spank is being sold by the hospital literally next to the entrance to keep all the surgeons happy, I guess. Clearly I don't. Here we go. Final stall, final stall. And, come on, buddy. All espresso stalls are wrecked. There we go, 40 grand. Are we friends again, or you keep bumping into me here? I think he's with the Colombian cartel. Don't think he appreciates what we're doing to his Spank thing. Thank you, Brian, for the wanted star. Mr. Jeremy, how's it going? Oh, this was good. I'm so glad we did this. Oh, you're calling a yuppie. I feel offended by that. I'm gonna hike it out of Shoreside Vale. I don't really like this neighborhood. I've grown accustomed to Staunton Island now, even though I didn't like that at first either. So maybe I should get used to this more. It's just the distances between places and the convoluted road layout is just very difficult to get from one place to another. Like getting to my safe house here is actually seriously difficult. It's much easier to drive over the bridge and then know that I have everything that I need on the other side there. Mr. Neville is here too. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you all. Very nice. Happy Saturday, everyone. Exactly, now that I've destroyed all the bad coffee shops in town. Oh, that's nice. So they have this counterweight going up while the bridge is going down. Clever, clever. There was actually one hidden package on here, on this bit that lifts up. So you have to go and wait for it to lift you up and then pick up that package. So very, very clever. Insane jump, come on. Do we get money? Yes, I hope. Do we? No cash? Oh, lame. Super lame. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to run you over. Got my rocket launcher with 19 bullets going here. That's all good. This is my lucky ambulance with which I did the ambulance missions. So as a result of it, I can now go and run for as long as I want without getting exhausted. Check it out. It looks rather funny, but I can outrun police people now, which is so cool. And I never get tired. Let's pick up a bit of cash here on the top deck here. Very cool. Loving that. Okay, let me save my game, and then I say we have a look at what Asuka has planned for us next. Love's disappearance. Why indeed? Where's he gone? Just disappeared. I bet there's discussions on the internet about what happened to Donald Love. I like it, Jeremy. The $6 million man. Do you know the German translation for the title was also the $6 million man? But when the Bionic Woman came out, the translation for that was the $7 million woman. Fact. Crazy stuff. I don't know who comes up with these weird translations sometimes, but I thought they wanted to introduce this as a related show, and to show that in the title they thought, well, $6 million man, $7 million woman. Crazy. They stopped after that. They didn't do the $8 million toddler or something.
Do we check it some more now or just wait for it to turn black and fall off?
Give it a quick
Rude.
nod.
Oh, what is that gooey yellow stuff? Oh, hey, babe!
My handyman.
I was bored, so I came over to keep Asuka company.
She's got the makings of a natural, this girl. She's managed to extract this little gem from our guest. There's a plane coming into Francis International in 2 hours' time. It is full of Catalina's poison. You can avoid airport security by getting a boat out to the runway light buoys and shooting the plane down on its approach. Collect the cargo from the debris and stash it.
Oh, you be careful now, okay, baby?
Now,
Nothing can go wrong. Chili oil, that is so mean. So Maria is the person that's Salvatore's daughter, essentially. We killed her father, and the mafia are all after us, but she's okay with us being the handyman. She kind of understands all these things. Asuka is the leader of the Yakuza. And the guy they're torturing is with the Colombians. And they're still trying to figure out, what happened. And Catalina is the leader of the Colombians. So she's a total mental case. I know, Nate, it's terrible to think about it. It's terrible to think about it. They've been torturing him for days. So I suppose something is just, he's just, the poor guy, he's probably close to death by now. Poor guy. And of course he doesn't know anything. So this mission, this could get tricky, I guess. Let's shooting down a plane. Let's go down to that red dot, follow the yellow line here. See what happens. Also, let's listen to some crazy music here. The weather. My God, the weather. And of course we're being timed, so less than 3 minutes to do this. That doesn't bode well, does it? I can barely see where I'm going. Let's go fast, so we have to endure it less. Terrible, that. I have a feeling we're going to do this mission multiple times. Oh yes, we can probably drive. That's cool. I was going to walk, but that takes such a long time, so... There we go. Free rocket launcher. We're at the boat. Now go to the marker buoy. Really now? Matthew, where are you? Good to see you. Is it so? You're not on sea at the moment, are you? Like, unlike me, I'm on sea. Rosie's Gym, that's Matthew. Very good to see you. And I think I should stay away also from the buoys here. So the yellow dot is now the plane that's coming in. So I'm on a moving target. The plane's a moving target. Yeah, that's going to be super easy to just grab my rocket launcher and shoot that out, right? I'm sure. That is never going to work. So this behind me here is the is the landing strip. And I can already see this not working at all. I think I'm going to go to plan B quite immediately, actually. And that is to just greet the plane on the landing strip here. That's just, or just at least be on a fixed kind of target here. There's also a guy here whom I think we can just go get rid of. Like him here. Here's the plane. Yeah, that's not going to work. But I think I can go and walk all the way to the top of the runway here. And kill all these guys and just see the plane as it comes in and then just shoot it from there. I think that should work. Mission failed! Oh, I haven't even started yet! Yeah, we need to do that again. Clearly. You're back home, Matthew. Awesome.
Do we tighten it some more now or just wait for it to turn black and fall off?
Give it a quick prod.
Oh, what is
Terrible. Terrible. Too much information. Yoshi, I think that sounds like a great idea. A song about copyright things. That sounds like a great idea, actually. That sounds like a great idea. Okay, now that we know what to do, we'll be just much better at it than just, you know, sucking at it. Shooting a plane from a boat. Yeah, right. I like that the weather is as bad as it was a minute ago. The bonnet! My god, the hood! Get away from it! Whoops. Matthew, at the beginning of the stream, I don't know if you were here, I'll take it out as a little highlight as well. I was talking about the animated shader system in DAZ Studio. That is something that might be of great interest to you because it's something we can't do by default with DAZ Studio, but if you ever needed to animate shader properties with this product there, a BAS it's called, you'll be able to do it. So I'll release this as a little highlight here, hopefully this afternoon. There's another one I've just made yesterday about Mixamo animations and Genesis 2. My supporters already have access to that. That's a neat little idea, using the Genesis 2 figure and a little bit of a magic kind of script to bring Mixamo animations into DAZ Studio and use them on the Genesis 8 and 8.1 figures. Thank you, Yoshi. I appreciate that. The warning. Yeah, I'm gonna go and do this my way, you know, like Frank. I'll just go and drive the boat up here. And also then eventually jump off the boat here. So these guys, I might just go and take them out one by one. I don't think they'll even notice it. Headshots, good stuff. We have 1 minute, so that's going to be easy enough. Just go around the corner, kill this guy. I just don't want him to get any funny ideas. Because these guys, they're all guarding the plane, aren't they? There we go. Good stuff. Now, just in case there's any more people up there, I'll ice those two. And then I'll go and line myself up. And then, hopefully, put a few rockets in that plane. And then we'll see what we do. There we go. We've got a getaway car already. Right, and now we have all the time in the world because this is where the plane's clearly gonna land. So, in fact, here it comes. And with the amount of rockets that I have, I'm sure one of them is gonna hit. Has to hit. There we go. Woohoo! I can't see a thing. there we go. These might be the cargo pieces here. Well, the plane stopped literally right in front of us. That's nice. But again, play the mission as you're supposed to play it and it just wouldn't even work. I have a feeling I should be in the car by now. 4 stars, Meg, my goodness. Get to the construction site. Okay. I have a feeling we're not going to go to the construction site just yet. I think I'm going to go hike it over to the paint spray and just make sure no one's after me anymore. Oh, don't do that! Oh, that's terrible. Like, that is not good. That car's always going to explode. This is not good. My only hope is that I can get one of these cartel cruisers here. Oh man, just because I bumped into a light! Get into the car! Oh my god, that's terrible. The one light is literally what ruined the whole mission. I would have just been out of there, paint spray, complete the mission. Terrible. It is so bad sometimes. That's okay. Hey, third time lucky. Third time lucky. Same music, same weather. Sorry. Didn't mean to. The light! Can you believe it? It was barely visible. It was a point light with little mini micro... Probably not even a cylinder. That's probably just a cube or something. And the 4-star wanted rating isn't actually all that bad. I mean, we know where the paint spray is in Shoreside Vale. They are being criminalists. That's exactly right, Brian. How dare they? The criminalist people. Also, I shouldn't go down here with the car. That's just... Every time I do it, I feel really bad about this. Probably not what it's designed for. Can't resist a free rocket launcher, though. Even if it's only got 5 ammo, it's good. It's good. Good to have. We can't jump with the rocket launcher, so I have to go and put it away until I go and jump into the boat here. I think the strategy was solid. The plane was down. We were already on our way to make our escape. I had enough time. Not that we can't shave a couple of seconds off here or there. I even like the boat approach, that I could just go onto this whole thing with the boat and then keep gliding. That was nice. Except now I'm stuck. That's bad. Okay, ice this bloke. And then make sure these guys no longer patrol our getaway vehicle. What, that didn't kill you? That was in the heart, wasn't it? Or maybe I'm not close enough. That could be. Criminalists, that's exactly what they are. Oh, I think the car's moving. Oh no, that's not good. Maybe we need something stronger here. Oh, so that's car's moved. Why was that? Maybe I came too close. So that's a bit of a problem now, because I'm gonna have to go and walk, I suppose, to the next car. Well, plane first. There's cars at the airport that we can get, so we'll see. Oh no, didn't get the plane. Oh, come on. There were enough explosions on the runway. That plane's gotta be... No way! I can't believe it. Didn't get the plane? That's bad. But then also our getaway car was missing. So let's try this one more time then. Try this one more time. Ah. All the prep work. I'd love it if that checkpoint was much closer to where we actually need to be. I mean, is that really necessary, putting us through this drive in the bad weather again? With all its other intricate issues here of randomness? Is that really necessary? I feel it isn't. But that's just me. There's a certain amount of fun doing a mission 10 times and then finally getting it at the 11th time. Dark Soul logic, is it? Oh, the police! Yes, hello! How you doing, Mr. Officer What's-Your-Face? Kind of trying to avoid you here really hard. Perhaps the car is not the best place to try that with. Oh, thanks to our unlimited stamina, we will keep running all this way. Except we get a little bit slower when we're carrying the rocket launcher. Okay, 2-minute warning. Dark Souls, I don't remember playing that, but I do remember it being one of the most notoriously ever difficult games ever made. I think there was something about difficulty. I do remember that. Not quite like Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy. Nevertheless, ever so slightly difficult. Also frustrating. As one of your colleagues said earlier, it's no problem to kill you. Now leave the car. Like that? Does that work? Yes, that works. Just make sure nobody gets in the car, because it's mine. That was dramatic. 48 seconds. Come on, can we do this? Can we do this? Do not bump into lights this time. No, free weapons. I'm not saying no. Oh, then also the other thing is I drove up a little bit so that I have more time, I think, right? That was the other thing I did. I drove up to about here. Okay, plane. Where you at? Ha! Collect the cargo. Where's my car? I didn't blow that up, did I? Currently I can't even see. The cargo's kind of here. Oh, car's there. Perfect. Dude, run over. How much street value are we talking about here, officer? Dude, pick it up already. Make the collision box larger. What are you thinking? That's it. Head to the construction site. And there's the chopper. My God. We can probably just take that out as well. I always wanted to do that. Helicopters shot out. All right. Good stuff. Nearly died. Now I have a 5-star wanted level. What was I thinking? That's terrible. Okay. Avoid the lights at all cost. No lights. I think that was the way out, was here somewhere. That's another mini plane here, the Dodo, that we can also bring over all the way to... Oh, hello. These are kind of FBI cars and stuff. 5 stars. The military certainly do get involved now. Or is that only on level 6? Either way, must get out. I'd rather you didn't, sir. Sir. Oh no! Oh no! Everyone's after me. I need a car. That 5th star. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have taken out the helicopter. I was too zealous there.
Do we technically someone now?
Dang! Okay, this time I can feel it. I can feel it. We can make it this time. Shouldn't have taken out that helicopter. Okay, note to self. Must not take out police helicopter. It's gonna get you into trouble. Without them chasing me, this would have been a difficult yet doable ride to the paint spray. Dang! Oh man. Next time Jay gets wasted. Yeah, we haven't had that yet. Oh dear. I can feel it, I can feel it. This time, this was all just practice. Up until this time, it was just all practice. Now, we're totally gonna get it. Oh dear. Okay, so free rocket launcher. Also, don't drive in the water. Can I drive through that? No, I have to physically get out and pick it up like so. Okay, no worries. Jump on the boat. Drive the boat. Take out Colombian gentleman. Take out plane. Avoid police cars. Get the 4-star wanted rating removed. Don't make it a 5-star wanted rating. Kemi, you might get wasted too tonight. How exciting. Big party planned. Okay, Cuban gentleman number 1. Oh, Colombian, sorry, not Cuban, Colombian. Ding, there we go. That is, was that? Yeah. Dramatic. Very dramatic. Go close, but don't get too close. Because otherwise, getaway vehicle is going to disappear. Fantastic. With 1 minute to go, come on. Just for fun, gotcha. I mean party, you know, it's kind of a... It's an outdated term. Party, in my day, it meant go to some friend's house whose parents were away. Raid the liquor locker. But of course, you know, that's... Party can also be you by yourself with a good TV show. Or even a good video game, for that matter. All right, plane, bring it on. I'm sitting drinking a coffee. That's terrible. Can't do that. Okay, here we go. Plane, die already. You haven't even landed yet, but go die. Perfect. I wonder if I can pick up these packages with the car. I mean, once the flames have calmed down a little bit. Can I? Can I? No. Excellent. That's good to know. I thought I thought that might be too easy. Also, I can't actually run through them. I have to walk through them. Endure the police helicopter's presence for a little bit longer. I prefer a moving target. That's terrible. I'm leaving you alone this time, you know. I know what happens when I kill you. Let's go avoid these gentlemen here as well. And let's not go straight to the lockup or wherever it is that we need to go to. Oh, there we go. That's nice. Police bribe. Now I only have 3 stars. Hey, that is valuable. That happened by total fluke there. That's good. 3 is much, much easier to beat than 4. I mean, 3 is still difficult. He's waiting there for me. That's terrible. 3 means the helicopter is still there, but I think the FBI or the undercover cop cruisers, they're not there anymore. I might just also pick up this other bribe here, which is on the right-hand side, somewhere through here. I think past these signs. That makes my life a little bit easier. He says, completely not even getting there in one piece. Yeah, there it is, right in front of us. That'll be the 2-star wanted rating. There, it's still bad, but not quite as bad. So that means the helicopter's gonna go away. That is neat. So I only have police cars chasing after me now. That's bad enough, but I can handle that. I can handle a 2-star wanted rating. Pay and spray. Pay and spray. Language. There's children watching. There we go. Ah, beautiful. The beer Jesus. Thank you so much for dropping by. Appreciate that. Enjoy the stream. And now we're going to wherever it is that we need to go. Some kind of a hideout, I take it. Oh, at the construction site. No problem. We can do that. We can do that. I'll go over the bridge. That's the way I know. I don't like the tunnel so much. The tunnel is always a big mess. I could also do with another car, but I might just stay in the cartel cruiser for now. And that's another mission. We're almost done. Don't ram the police car! And that's another mission done. I think, actually, I don't remember exactly, but I think after this mission, this is the final story mission in Grand Theft Auto 3. So I think after this, if memory serves me right, I believe Maria gets kidnapped and Asuka gets killed. Elegant! I like the drawn out undercarriage here. I didn't have the stash in the back of my car. I'm carrying it all, aren't I? Oh my. That's the car I'm looking for. This car. Also that color. Dang. Okay, fine. I'll use the hunchback. Or this is the car. Thank you. I'll bring it right back, sir. It's just that I'm on this mission. And I think my Yakuza employer really wants the spank from the Colombians or something. It's all a bit of a blur and a haze. Do you know, that would be great! I'd love that! Donald Love as President Donald Love. That is something I'd like to see. What's the word on Grand Theft Auto 6? I mean, it's been 10 years nearly 10 years since 5 was released. Do you think they're working on it? They've had so much to do with Red Dead Redemption. Oh, there we go. I've got your precious Maria. If you don't want her face to look like she fell out of a butcher's van, bring 500 grand to the villa at Cedar Grove. And there's Asuka dead! And the Colombian guy's dead. My god! This is the final showdown mission now. That is, my goodness. So we've done it, first of all. Woohoo, everyone. But also, final showdown mission coming up. And I don't quite remember how that went down. It's been a while since I've played that. I think we're going to save the game first. And we might just have a look at what's expecting us. Because I have a feeling that's going to take a few tries. But that we could do tomorrow, same time, same place. I'm thinking, final story mission. Gang war initiated by Donald Love, by the way. Thankfully, they're just not after me anymore. That's quite nice. Yeah, I'll just have that. That's cool. No need for it to go to waste. The Yakuza versus the Colombians. Fantastic. Ooh, more money. Excellent. Ding, thanks. Awesome stuff. Heisenberg, thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate that. Woohoo! Welcome to the channel. Welcome to classic Grand Theft Auto 3 and also very, very good 3D tutorials, I must say. Yes, let's save this now. And then we'll have one look at this mission because I really don't remember how that went down. And then that's kind of in preparation for tomorrow, so we can come up with a bit of a strategy there. Yeah, Yakuza Stinger, I think that's gonna be good. Where is Cedar Grove? That was on. That's here. That's the only mission we have left. I mean, there are these like phone missions, I suppose, that we can do. But this here, Catalina, she's the leader of the Colombians. This is gonna be nice. The big house, huh? Flashback. My favorite radio station. As Jay picks up the spoils, exactly. I mean, no need for it to go to waste. It just gets deallocated. It might just get transferred into my account before such deallocation shenanigans happen. I'm just thinking, whenever I play things like this, I'm always thinking, man, the logic in the background. Somebody needs to keep track of all these things. Make sure you got all the variables that do all the stats and all that. And once again, super impressive. They've done this 20 years ago. So kind of interesting that the PSP titles that were released for the Grand Theft Auto Vice City stories and the Liberty City stories, they were not done in renderware. So the original game engine was renderware, but they didn't want to use that anymore because A, they wanted to be in control of the game engine, of course. Ouch! But also Criterion was a small, well, medium-sized software company based in somewhere in central England. I forgot where. Berkshire, maybe? I think it was Berkshire. And they made the Burnout games and various other things, and their game engine was renderware, and Rockstar used that for the PS2 titles. But when the PSP titles came out, I think Criterion had been bought by EA, which was seen as a competitor publisher and all that, so they didn't want to license that engine from them anymore and decided they're going to write their own, which was then Rage. And so the Liberty City stories and Vice City stories, they were made in Rage. Looked very similar, but had wider draw distances and better textures and all that. And then all subsequent games were made with Rage. Except for this one. This one was made in Unreal Engine 4, which was very interesting. Very cool. Is that so? Dear Jesus, how exciting! Knowing Rockstar, GTA 6 has probably been in development for the last 5 years and no one's seen anything of it. I have a feeling they're just going to surprise us at one point.
Well, I got news for you. Shooting you will be a pleasure, but dating you was only business. You are muy pequeñito, amigo. Throw over the cash.
Muy pequeñito. I gotta look that up. I don't know what that means.
You have been a busy boy, but you haven't learned. I'm not to be trusted. Kill the idiot!
Yes! Gotcha! And boom! Left hook! I'm going to kill you, you're not gonna kill me! Right. Everyone's after me. We have a pop gun, and they've taken all our weapons. Gotcha. It's one of those missions, is it? I do not want the chainsaw. I'm okay without the chainsaw. Dude, kill him already. And then there's two people on the balcony. I've got 5 health left. Hey, that isn't great. I gotta say, there's probably a different approach to this mission. In case you hadn't noticed, the person, like the Catalina person here, the leader of the Colombians, she is the one who set us up in the beginning of the game. I think there's some health in the barracks here. Let's go hunt for that. And we're on a timer. So, oh, that's body armor, not health. Okay. Okay. Where are guns? I want my guns back. Also, where is she now? Helicopter. Of course, Catalina escapes with a helicopter. Follow the chopper to find Catalina. Well, there's other things that I need. Like, you know, I can't do this with a pop gun. I have a feeling they're going to Cochran Dam. I do remember that much. It's the only Grand Theft Auto game I've ever actually finished. I've not finished any of the others because there was always some mission that kind of got me one ways or another's. 5 health, hey, that's not good. And people after me. I could, I suppose, go to my safe house, which isn't that far away, and pick up the guns that I have there. There's also health there, so I might do that. Mr. Police Officer, sir, seriously. I could also pick up a faster car, I have a feeling. It's probably a good idea. Health, and not that, oh no! I didn't mean to pick that up, so at least we have some, we've got better guns now. I'm sure I have a fast car. Faster car. There we go. Stashed it here for emergencies. He's so on drugs that he can't actually... There we go. Good stuff. Oh, Pequeñito is a little penguin. I like it. I like it. Thank you for letting me know. Pequeñito. A little child. I like it. I should know this, living in a Hispanic neighborhood. Cochran Dam in 4 minutes. I have a feeling that timer's going to stop at one point. But when that is, I do not recall. The dam. We got to be somehow at the bottom of this here, don't we? So that we can catch this road here to get into here. That is the entrance to this dam on the bottom here. So if I go over here, that's not going to really help me. So I could go all the way down here again and then go through that. Or I could just go that way. I'll do that. I'll do that. At least I know where I'm going. Ish. Also, I keep telling myself. Yeah, I think we go up here. And I'm kind of also hoping that the timer's going to stop at that point. I don't quite remember. It's been 20 years. Your food has arrived. Good stuff, Kemi. Enjoy. Yeah, this is the top bit of the dam, and I think we need to be at the bottom. Good thing I have a very fast vehicle here. And this, yes, this is the entrance. So I could just go, oh, no, don't do that. Dude, pick the right gun and go ice these people. Please don't, sir. Sir, don't kill me, please. Somebody else over here? Nope, that's them. Okay, good. I might just go steal one of these cars here. And then comes that little difficult bit here that has to do with not drowning. And so this is like people all over with guns here. This is where that rocket launcher would really come in handy, but alas, I no longer have it. So I'm going to have to use my 240 bullets wisely. Oh, the ambulance is here already. That's good. I killed him! What was he doing with his gun? That's terrible. So that's the mission. We're going to go to the dam. We're hopefully going to find Maria, hopefully get the girl, and then, you know, somehow worm our way out of the situation. But we're going to do all that tomorrow because I feel there's going to be a few tries that are necessary for that. Thank you so much for dropping by and joining me. I really appreciate that. Tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to do more classic Grand Theft Auto. Until then, have a wonderful Saturday. Take care. Bye-bye.